recording again. Yeah. Fine. Apurva, is it completed?
No, sir, I'm doing.
Okay. Fine. Oh, wait, am I audible to you?
Yes.
See, till here we had completed OVA, right? How to create projects. Now,
Yeah.
see here. To create an application, you have created an application before only. Now, your project is unaware of the application which you have created. So, to make aware your project about the application that this application belongs to this project only, you need to do some like necessary steps. What is those necessary steps? It is to register your application inside a project. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Now your question must be how to register. So to register, you need to go in project folder. In project folder, settings.py will be a file. Okay. In that settings.py, there will be a section or block called installed app, which will which will contain several default app. Okay, several default tab even by Django. Now here, as you have created different tab, as you have created a custom app. So here, what you need to do? So here you need to add your custom app, which is first app in the list. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Is it clear?
I'm listening.
Okay. Okay. Listening. So after this registering, you need to do. You have registered your app now to write some business logic. You have written an app to perform some operation. So to perform some operation, uh, what you need to do actually? What you need to do actually? Okay, okay, just a minute. I don't know who is paying me. Okay, sorry. So see here. Here now to write some business logic in application. Okay, so to write the business logic for the end user, we need to write all our the logics inside a file called views.py. This views.py is like present in our app, like application folder. Okay, application folder. Now this
Yeah.
application folder contains one views.py, right? Now in this views.py file, you can write like your views or business logic in two ways. The first one is functional based views and the second one is class based views. So class based views, as of now we are not considering, we will be going with functional based views. Okay, now in functional based views, what you need to create, you need to create a function. So here I have created a function def display request. Okay, display request. And in this function takes one parameter or one argument. What is that? Request from the end user. What is the request of end user? Now to that request, what this function need to perform? So this function is going to contain a message and it is returning that message with a object called http response object. Now this
So
http response object, yes sir.
how do you create the request? You just type it there or
Request is an
it
object which is provided by the end user. Okay, this
okay.
request contains the URL on which the particular response is going to resolve, or at the particular at the particular, for example, you might be saying www.google.com. So that www.google.com is your request. To that request, Google server has mapped one response. What response is that? So that response is this page. That response is this page. For example, if I will say google.com, see, to this request google.com, they have mapped a response. This page is the response of this request. In the same way, here this function takes a request from the user. This request is what? A URL pattern. Okay, now that URL pattern, as soon as it will hit, then it will match that at this URL pattern what response I need to submit to the client. So this, whatever business logic you want to perform, you will perform here. After that, return a response to that particular URL pattern only. So here you are returning with a message. Okay, so to return that particular response, you are using HTTP response object, which is again in
Hello,
the, yeah,
hello.
yes.
Your screen is frozen.
My screen is not visible.
Yeah, it's visible, but it's frozen.
Okay, okay, just a minute. But I haven't, I am not using anything. Right now I'm just explaining it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's now.
So now is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So see, here you just like you are sending a response, and here what response you are sending? Response as this message. So this message is going to map to this request URL. Now you want to send the response. See here, request has came. After that, you are processing something. After that, you are sending response to the object, like this particular user. Now at which address you want to send the response? So the pattern, sorry, the pattern at which you want to send the response, you need to define here. Okay, you need to define here. So here I'm saying that at greetings, if someone is here to define the URL pattern, you need to go in project folder and access the urls.py file. Okay, in this urls.py file, a application, or you can say a built-in path will be set up, that is admin. We don't need to like do anything with this admin panel. Okay, what I will do, I will create one more new greeting for myself. Okay, I have said that at greetings, my display views.display is going to resolve to this URL pattern. So if someone is going to hit greetings, then views.display will be shown to that particular client. Okay, now after this business logic completed and mapped to a particular URL, now we need to run the server. So to run the server, we will run python manage.py run server. After that, if I will go to the like root URL and slash greeting, then this our message is going to be shown. Let me show you. Let me show you. So our recording is there. Don't worry, Owen. You will understand more. I have already uploaded the video. You can go with that. There, it's more detail. See here, it is the place. So let me delete those things. Fine.
Hello, but I can choose to use VS Code, right?
Yes, yes, you can use VS Code as well. No issue in that. I already told like IDE is not matter actually. So class 4. Oh, class 4. Okay. Oh, oh. Class 4. Fine. dir, in this we need to go into project folder. Okay, so what is our project folder? First project. So first project, in this first project, what I need to run server. Okay, so see, to run server we should have access to this manage.py. We have the access of direct access of manage.py. So I will say py manage.py run server. Okay, run server, hit enter. Now see, it has started our server at this port. what I will do, I will copy this and come here and send the request. So here if I'm going to send the request, see what it is saying. It's saying that this URL has not been mapped to any of the solution or any of the views. So we have defined our URL, or we have defined our solution at what? Greeting. Okay, greeting. So we will say greetings. Okay, greetings, right? So see, if someone is going to hit on greetings, then it will be showing that hello Apurva, this is your Django app. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. So
Sir,
now,
I am having confusion in that HTTP response.
what is your confusion? Let me know.
So we have to import, right?
Yes, we have to.
Import from Django.http. Here showing it is HTTP. Yes.
No, no, don't use now as of now HTTPS. I will come to it later while deploying. Just use HTTP.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is the, see, HTTP response. Okay, django.http only. As of now, we are not securing our app. We will secure once that HTTPS is going to come with SSL. Don't worry about that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Now today, I will show you how exactly I have just shown you here, but today I will take it to the another level and try to show you how HTTP request flow in Django application. Okay, how the flow is going to work. So it will be paint. See what we are going to see, HTTP request flow. Okay, HTTP request flow. So Django application HTTP request flow. Okay, this is what we are going to see. Now see here what we will be doing. Suppose that there is a client. Suppose that this is the client. Or I will say, oh, okay, this is the client. Okay, this is the client, and he is doing something request. Okay, he is doing something request. He will request to our, let me create our Django server. So where we are going to do all the sorts of things. So this is our Django server. Okay, in this Django server, if it is our Django server, it is our what? Django server, right? Inside this Django server we have our one application, right? We have our one application. So suppose that this is our app, right? This is our app. Now in this app, what is there? In this app, sorry, directly I will write here. So in this Django server, okay, in this Django server, what is there? There is urls.py. There is what? One urls.py, right? This urls.py, let me come here. This is urls.py. So urls dot, let me write here. So it is something urls.py, urls.py, right? Now this urls.py contains one view. Okay, what is that view? That view is greeting, right? That view is greetings. So greetings, right? Greetings. Here you are saying greetings display. you will be displaying the like some greeting, right? Now this, after this, what will happen? See here, first this user is going to send you the request. Okay, this user will sending you the request. This request comes at urls.py. He is going to send the request. Okay, this request map to the greetings or urls.py. It will match that the request sent by user matches to which url pattern. Okay, which url pattern. As soon as that particular url pattern is going to match to the request sent by the user, it will search for the related views. Search for the related views where all the views are like written. So all the views will be written in our project folder, in our project folder. Okay, so where is the project folder? So the project folder, in that there is a file called views.py. There is a file called views.py. So it is something views.py. Okay, this is the file where it is going to, search for what? Search for this url pattern, and at this url pattern what he need to send the request. Okay, so here you have defined, that if someone is going to hit this url pattern, then you need to like execute this display function. You need to execute this display function. So this display function is going to be executed, and after execution it will return something. Okay, it is going to return a response. Okay, it is going to return http response, right? So this response, it will return to whom? This response is, it will return to the end user. Okay, it will return to the end user. So this is the response which he is returning. So it is response, it is response, right? Now what he is end user, end user, right? Now it might be clear to you, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
please let me know if it is clear to you or not.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah, so let me create, let me save this in your folder. So I will go here in Django. Today will be class 5, class 5. Here it will be, I will be saying that http request flow django, fine. Now I'm going to come here at your place, and here I will be writing. Okay, I will writing what? http request flow. Okay, request flow in Django, application, in Django application. Okay, in Django application, I will hit the image. I will select that particular image, class 5. Here is the image, right? This is the particular what? A particular complete flow, how it is going to behave. Now here, see, first thing what you need to give. So whenever, okay, whenever end user, sends the request, sends the request, okay, sends the request, first Django development server will get that request. Okay, so at that time, okay, first the Django, okay, sorry, Django development server, development server server will what? Will get that request. Okay, request. After that, what is happening? From the request, Django application will identify, okay, from the given request, Django, okay, Django server, okay, Django server will identify, okay, identify the what, URL pattern, identify the URL pattern, and by using urls.py file, okay, py file, the corresponding view will be identified, okay. After that, using urls file, the corresponding views.py will be identified, okay. Corresponding urls.py file, corresponding views, sorry, here views.py ni corresponding view will be identified, which view it need to execute. So for each view, one function we need to declare, okay. For each view, one function we need to declare in functional based views. Now after that, the request will be forwarded to that particular view. So after that, the request, okay, request will be forwarded to, forwarded to that particular view, forwarded to the view, okay, to that particular view, okay, to that particular view. After that, the corresponding function will be executed. So the corresponding corresponding function will be will be executed, okay. Corresponding function will be executed and provide, okay, and provide require required response to the end user, and provide required required response, okay, response to the end user, okay. And provides what, let me write here, provides, so, and provides what, required response to the end user. This is the complete thing which is happening here, okay. So now I will try to summarize, okay, I will try to summarize how a different things, like how a complete Django project is created, okay. So complete thing I am going to uh, summarize, okay. So I will say Django project flow summary, okay. So I will try to summarize the complete how you can create a project, how you can create an app in that, and how you are going to run that, okay. So first, what you do, first you need to create, okay, create, first you need to create Django project, create a Django project, right. So how you are going to create a Django project? So to create a Django project, you are going to execute django, django admin, right? Django admin, start project. After that, name of the project here, name, project name here you are going to give project name, right? This is the command which you need to execute. The second thing, what you are going to do, so create an app, create a or an application, okay, application in that project, right? How you are going to do that? Simply you can create an application by saying manage.py, manage.py, start app. After that, app name, application name, right? After that, what you need to do, after that you have created an app. Now add an application to the project, okay. So after creating, add the application, okay, application to that project, to the project, okay, project. How you can you can also say register the app to a project. This is also the thing which you can call this. How you are going to do? So you can do this by saying that inside uh, register register the app name, okay, app name in inside settings.py in project folder, okay. In what? In installed app block, installed app. What is that? I have already shown you. What is that? It is something here, installed apps, okay. So I will just write, copy this, will come here. I will come here and just write here this. Right here you have installed. Here you are going to write what? Your app name, application name. Right.
Okay.
After this, what you need to do? You need to define a function. Okay. Now, fourth thing, what you did, define a function. Okay. Define a function. Uh, view function, you can say define a view function for the app, okay, for the app. Inside the views dot py of application folder, right. So how you are going to define the views.py? Simple, like in that you need to create a function simply, okay. After that you need to define a url pattern, okay. So after that define a url pattern, url pattern define a url pattern for our views, okay, for our view inside the urls.py, urls.py file, okay, urls.py file. After that, sixth thing what you are going to do, you are going to start the server, okay. Start the server. How you are going to start the server? So server can be started by simply running pipe manage.py. After that run server, okay. After that what you need to do, you need to send the request, okay. This is what the complete flow is. This is what summary of
Okay.
all the things till now which you have learned. It is the summary,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Please go to number 4.
Yes.
Define a view function for the app inside.
Hmm.
How do you define the view function?
It's simple. You need to go in what? Views.py of application folder. So your
Okay.
application folder is here, right? This is first tab folder. In this first tab folder, you are creating. See, this is how you are defining a function display. Okay, this display is what? View function. So let me copy this. I will copy there. Actually, I have done that before only. That's why I was not replicating here, but as you said I will replicate here as well. So see, this is how you are going to do inside views.py of application folder. Here you have created what? A view where by using a function. Here your view function is display function, okay. Now this view function, how it is going to fetch? It is going to fetch at some url pattern. That url pattern you need to define, okay. So that where I have defined, as of now I have defined in project folder, but as we will go forward I will show you how to define application folder as well. So that I
Okay.
am copying from here. See here, here I am saying that if someone is going to hit greetings, then
Your screen is frozen. It's frozen.
oh, why this
Yes.
happens, man? Just a minute.
All right.
Yeah, now is it clear?
It is clear. Yes. Yes.
So see what I'm doing here. See here I am just mapping my view in views. See, I am importing first from first app, import my views file. In that views file I have a function called display. So I'm saying that this display function should be resolved or should be executed only and only if someone is going to give request at greetings. If someone is going to give a URL pattern as greetings, then only my display function is going to execute, right? So this is why urls.py is here, and as soon as someone is going to hit greetings, it will go in what views.py and execute this, and after executing it is saying that return the response. So it will return, it will come with some response which will be shown on the web page. Okay, here URL patterns you have mentioned. Now simply how you are going to send the request. So to send the request, here is the thing which you are going to do. This is the way to send the request. So let me write this as well. So this is the request which you have sent it here. Is it clear? Now,
Yes.
by default, Django is running in this 8000 port only. Can we change this port? Yes, we can change this port. So, changing, changing the Django server port. Okay, how you can change it? So it's simple. You can change that. Let me bold this. Fine. See, by default, Django development server runs on port number 8000. Okay, so by default, the Django Django server runs on port number 8000. Okay, port number 8000. Okay, 8000. But we can change it. Okay, but we can change the port number according to our convenience. Okay, convenience. Oh, I am putting correct spelling. Convenience. Yes, it's not reflecting. Okay, convenience. Right? How? How? Hmm. As below. Okay, we can as below. How we can do that? See, here we can say that run. Okay, here manage.py run server. After that, here we can pass the port number. How? So something like that is pi, pi manage.py run server. For example, I want to run my project on 7000 port. Okay, I will say 7000. Okay, I will say 7000 and it will start running on 7000. So now what will happen? Now server will run. Okay, run on port number 7000 instead of oh, no need to mention instead. Okay, so we have sent the request. So let me show you. So let me change the, first of all I will come here, control C to just come out of this execution. After that I will say run server, and this time I want to say that I want to run on 7000 port. So it says, see, it is showing that it has started our project on 7000 port. So let me come here, and this time I will paste 7000, and here if I'm going to say greetings, okay, greetings, see the same output it is giving. Is it clear?
Hello?
Yes.
Your volume, I don't know if it is your network. Your voice rather, is cracking.
Oh,
Yes.
what about you, Apurva?
So sometime it is coming, sometime it is very slow.
Sometime it's coming, sometime it's very slow.
Yes,
Okay, okay. Now how is it? It is okay, or now also it is slow?
It is
now it's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, I think here some network issues are there. I will be changing the PG within couple of days because here network issues are much more. Okay. So see here what I need to do, a port change change response. Response. Fine. Now I need to save it. Okay, now I need to save it. So what I am going to do, I will minimize it. I will minimize it. I will come here and I'm going to write, I'm going to attach it here so that you can see. Okay, okay. I have saved where? I have saved it here. So let me cut it. Cut, paste here. After that, select this. Fine. You might be seeing 7,000, right?
Yes.
So the same thing happened over 7,000. Is it clear for both of you?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Now,
in Atom, how terminal open?
see, in Atom, to open the terminal, see, here is the plus symbol. Okay. You need to click
Okay,
here only. That's all. One terminal is going to open.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Is it clear to you as well, Ove?
Yes. But I would prefer using VS Code.
Mhm. No issues. You can use VS Code as well. And look,
Okay.
IDE, we should not be dependent on IDE. Okay.
Yeah.
We should be like more focused on concept, not on tools. We are not here to become support executive. Okay. Which is just going to
Okay.
provide you support and configure softwares and give to you. We are here to
Yes.
become software developers. Okay. Software
Yes.
developers
Yes.
focus on writing codes. All those
Yes.
things are going to be given to you by setup by the industry. Some admin like computer admin will come, he will configure all the things and just hand over to you. Now you need to just sit and um, do sorts of configuration. That configuration belongs to developer and only, and after that start coding,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
See, now I want both of you. Okay, I want both of you to write a application. Okay, just for practice purpose so that it can be um, easier. So I will just say creating exercise, application exercise I will be creating. So this is where our ended session, sorry, not session, this like topic. After this, what I'm going to say, that exercise application, exercise application, okay, applications. So what you need to do, first thing, you need to first thing write, okay, write a Django application. Django application. Django application, just to send what? Send hello world message. Hello world message. Okay, as response. Right. After that, write write Django application. Django application. Okay. To send server time as a response. Whatever the time will be on server computer, you need to just send that a time as a response. Response. Okay. After that, single application. Single application. Okay. Application with multiple response. Okay, single application with multiple response. These three are the things which I want you both to do. Okay, these three things are the exercise application which I want both of you to be done by tomorrow. If it is done by you, it's well and good, I will be happy. If not, then definitely I will have to just come in and show you how you are going to do all sorts of things. Okay, so no issue, you can try. First two are very simple and third is also very simple, but only thing is that in third you need to define more than one view. Okay, and you need to create more than one URL patterns and map each of the URL pattern to respective views, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
So this is the thing which you need to do. That's all. We will meet tomorrow. Tomorrow means day after tomorrow, and continuing the class after this particular thing. So before that, what I'm going to do, I will stop this.